What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video, because the latest news is that Liverpool are holding talks with the Bayern Munich world-class midfielder Joshua Kimmich, and he's available on a free transfer in the summer. So Liverpool are permitted to directly hold talks with Kimmich, and we could sign him on a pre-contract agreement for a free transfer, and he's a player who would definitely help Liverpool's midfield, and I think that he's worth signing on a free transfer because he's worth 50-60 million pounds, and we can more than afford his wages. And we will also talk about Konate's recent comments on his contract situation, which is a little bit concerning. So leave your thoughts down below. What do you think about Konate's comments? What do you think about Kimmich? Do you want him to be signed, or do you want a younger midfielder to be signed by Liverpool? Because we are looking at a long-term Endo replacement, because Arne Slot doesn't really rate Endo that much. So leave your thoughts down below, and of course, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. And also, what is your score prediction for the Liverpool-Lille game? Because I think Arne Slot will go with a fairly strong lineup, because we have Ipswich on the weekend, and also because if we win this game, we are guaranteed a top 2 finish in the Champions League, so we can then rest the first team against PSV Eindhoven next week. So according to the German outlet TZ, Liverpool are in talks with Bayern Munich star Joshua Kimmich over a potential move. Kimmich arrived at Bayern from Leipzig, interestingly, in 2015 for just £7 million, and he won 8 Bundesliga titles and the Champions League during a decade in Bayern Munich. And his current deal expires at the end of the season, and he's 29 years old, so he's not like Thiago, who was like 31, 32 years old when he signed for Liverpool. And he boasts a very impressive footballing IQ, and he has playmaking abilities. He's very versatile. He can play right back, even though his main position for many years now has been central midfield. And in 17 games, he has 1 goal and 4 assists for high-flying Bayern Munich, who have a 4-point lead at the top of the Bundesliga. And as you can see, he already created 10 big chances. He gets 2.4 key passes per 90 minutes. He also has 5.5 accurate long balls per 90 minutes. His long ball accuracy is very impressive, 80%. That's sensational. He also has 1.4 accurate crosses, 0.6 interceptions, 1.7 tackles, and he also recovers the ball 6.6 times per game. And Liverpool have started informal talks with Kimmich over a move in the summer. It's noted that Bayern Munich are also discussing a contract extension, but Liverpool are growing confident that they can secure his signature, and Kimmich would be an excellent addition to an already impressive midfield that is firing on all cylinders. But we can safely say that we would be welcoming another rotational option to Gravenberch and McAllister, who are playing almost every game in center midfield. But Kimmich's experience, winning ability, mentality and ball playing brilliance could be the perfect fit for Liverpool. And Kimmich's potential arrival could give Arne Slot more strength in depth in the midfield area, and it would allow McAllister to potentially maybe push forward into a more attacking role. But we already have Harvey Elliott and Dominic Szoboszlai who can play in the attacking midfield area. But I think Jones, Kimmich, McAllister and Gravenberch would be the perfect rotational option. And Kimmich's wages would be covered by Endo's transfer fee and wages. If we sell Endo in the summer, we could get 15-20 million for him, and that would be like almost Kimmich's almost like 1.5-2 years of his wages, plus we get Endo's wages of the wage bill. So if we sell Endo for that money and his wages, we would get Kimmich for 2.5 years for free, basically. So I think it's a no-brainer to sign him. And yes, Kimmich doesn't have a lot of resale value, that's true. But if we got him in for a free 4-year contract and Liverpool win a lot of trophies with Kimmich in the midfield, I think that's money well spent on his wages. That's my opinion. And you always want leaders and winners in the team, especially if, God forbid, Salah or Trent-Alexander or both leave at the end of the season. You would need another leader in the team, and Kimmich would definitely be a fantastic addition. Speculation is growing over Watarendo's future, because there are clubs interested in Endo: Wolves, Fulham, Ipswich, Celtic and AC Milan. I would love to see Endo play for AC Milan. I think he is too good of a player to play for, no disrespect, but Ipswich or Wolves, who are fighting against relegation. I can see Endo playing for a team like Fulham or Celtic. Celtic are playing in the Champions League, of course, but AC Milan would be the best fit for Endo because the Serie A is a much slower, much less physical league. The world-class Kimmich could also fill in at right back, which might be needed next summer if Trent Alexander-Arnold leaves for Real Madrid. And another English news outlet are corroborating the news that Liverpool are in talks to sign the experienced Joshua Kimmich. And Liverpool, in theory, could agree a pre-contract agreement at any time with Kimmich until he signs a new contract at Bayern Munich. He is available on a free transfer. And listen to this, Kimmich has 417 games for Bayern Munich, scoring 43 goals and getting 111 assists in the process. He has won an incredible 20 major trophies at Bayern Munich, with 8 Bundesliga titles and 1 Champions League title as well, and a few German Cups and the European Super Cup, Club World Cup and German Super Cups as well. Interestingly, Belgian journalist Sacha Tavolieri also reported earlier this week that Liverpool held talks with Kimmich's entourage and representatives after identifying him as a priority target, according to the Belgian journalist. And what is also crucial is that Kimmich is hardly ever injured. Even though he's 29 years old, he wouldn't be the next Thiago. Thiago had a lot of injury problems even before he signed for Liverpool, but Kimmich, in contrast, has only missed 17 games due to injuries over the 8 or 9 years that he has been at Bayern Munich. So that is very, very impressive. It will be 10 years in the summer that he has been at Bayern. So I think a new challenge, a new scenery would be very welcome for Joshua Kimmich himself as well. So let me know, do you want Liverpool to sign Kimmich? Leave your thoughts down below. I think for a free transfer, if we sell Endo for a bit of money, it almost pays for the whole Kimmich transfer fee. Yes, we might need to pay Kimmich a signing on bonus, but that won't be too high. Maybe 4 or 5 million pounds. Liverpool can easily afford that. And ahead of the Lille clash, Konate was involved in the press conference, and usually a player who is involved in the press conference usually starts. So maybe Liverpool will start strong against Lille, maybe win the game early, go 2-0 up after 60 minutes, even though Lille are an incredibly tough opponent. Don't underestimate them. They have the longest unbeaten streak in the top 5 leagues, 24-25 games unbeaten, and they have beaten Real Madrid in the Champions League this season. But Konate confirmed that he had been offered a new contract, but he said that when he had plans to sign it soon, he says, this is another conversation, I'm really focused on what happens now, and we will see what will happen. Everyone knows Virgil van Dijk, everyone knows his quality. For me, he's the best, no one is better than him in his position. I learned a lot from him and other players like Matip, Gomez and other players who don't play in my position. I never said it to Van Dijk himself, to his face, but in interviews I've always said I just want to be better than Van Dijk one day, and that is why I work hard to reach this level one day, and he would be proud, I think. That is actually brilliant. And Konate is also said that this is very important. We want a clean sheet always, especially for the defender. I've scored 5 goals, I really hope for more, because my target this season is to score 4 goals. I have 2 left. If I score 2 more, I will be very happy. But the most important thing is to have a win with a clean sheet, and for my goal, it's okay, it's not important. And this is one of our targets, to finish top of the Champions League phase. But this will start tomorrow again, because we play against Lille, and it's a very good team, and we have to be ready because they come here to make a result against us. So we will try to have the 3 points tomorrow. And Paul Joyce has reported one train of thought is that Konate may wait to see the outcome of talks with Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold before deciding his own future, because if the Liverpool team will be significantly weaker next season, then maybe Konate won't want to stick around. If we lose all of our big stars in one summer, except Alisson, then maybe Konate will say, I won't sign a new contract, I will also want to leave. Because Konate wants to play in a team who is challenging for the Premier League title, for the Champions League. That's why dragging out these contract talks is so dangerous. And now we have another player, Konate, and Luis Diaz. We also have yet to agree a new contract with these two players. Harvey Elliott also only has 2 years left on his contract. So Liverpool could lose half of their team if they are not careful in the next 2 years, and that is a very dangerous territory. Konate was also pretty perplexed when he was asked, it was reported a few months ago that Konate is close to signing a new contract. Who talked about that a few months ago? The club didn't say anything, I didn't say anything, it's one person who said that. I was not ready, I didn't know when he said that, but after I spoke with the club, I think I'm really focused on what happens now. And that was Paul Joyce. So Konate actually directly attacked Paul Joyce in this press conference, saying that he wasn't close to signing a new contract, he was just offered one, but he hasn't signed it yet. Probably he would have signed if he already saw that Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold all committed their long-term futures to Liverpool. But Konate's agents are smart, and Konate is smart. They will want to see what kind of wages Van Dijk gets if he signs a new contract, and hopefully that is close. And then he can base his wage demands on Van Dijk's contract. So that's why it's very, very difficult for Liverpool to negotiate these contracts, but you need to get it done, Liverpool. Because if you drag it out too much, the talk and the rumors will unsettle this Liverpool team. Carragher also doubts whether Darwin Nunez will be at Liverpool next season, even though he scored 2 brilliant goals against Brentford. Carragher was asked, did he feel that Darwin Nunez has done enough so far this season to justify him staying at Liverpool? He said, no, not really. Maybe right now, but I wouldn't imagine that he will be at the club next season. I don't know. I'm not privy to those conversations, but when you spend that type of money on a striker and he's not first choice, he's probably third choice behind Jota and Luis Diaz. That probably shows you that it hasn't gone as well as he would have liked and Liverpool would have liked. But he has got a brilliant record coming from the bench. I think since he joined the club, he has got more goals and assists than anybody in the Premier League from the bench. So maybe that's his role from now on until the end of the season. And that can help Liverpool get over the line. And I mean, if Darwin Nunez wins some crucial points for Liverpool in the title race and we win the title, then his name will go down into Anfield folklore and he will be remembered as a cult hero. Just like Divock Origi. Divock Origi is a legend based on how many important goals he scored in our quest to win the Premier League title, to win the Champions League. Divock Origi scored so many vital goals in those runs. So maybe Darwin Nunez will have this cult hero status. But I think if we had to make a decision right now, then we are selling Darwin Nunez in the summer. But let's then wait and see what happens until the summer. And it's also important how much money would we get for Darwin Nunez, because I don't think it's worth selling him for just 30-40 million pounds. If we get a big bid of 60-70 million, then you can really replace Darwin Nunez with a world-class striker who is a much better finisher. Alexander Isak is everybody's dream, but I don't think he's gettable for Liverpool for 70 million. And James Pearce said that Liverpool's position throughout the January window has been that they are happy with the current options in the squad, but they are ready and waiting to react if there is a deal to be done that makes sense for the long term. I think Milos Kerkez would be the one transfer that most Liverpool fans would want to see. But so far, one transfer that like that hasn't materialized. It was no surprise that Liverpool didn't pursue Kvaratskhelia, given they already have Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz, and they have scored 12 goals each in that position, so Liverpool are not in desperate need for a left winger, and Kvaratskhelia costs like 62 million pounds, something like that. And thankfully only Jota and Gomez are the only two players who are injured at the moment. Left back has been an area of concern for Liverpool. Tsimikas is not a long-term successor to Andy Robertson, so strengthening in the left back area is more likely to happen in the summer. And also Jadon Dance could go out on loan. Arne Slot will wait one more week to see if we get any new injuries in the striker department, but Stoke, Blackburn and Preston want to take Jadon Dance on loan, and I think a loan move would benefit him a lot. James McConnell is also attracting interest from the Championship in terms of loan spells. Maybe he will go out on loan as well. I wanted to talk about the incredible attacking ability of Liverpool. Liverpool have the highest number of expected goals per shot and the highest number of shots per game and the highest number of expected goals and the highest number of goals scored. So Liverpool have literally the best attack in the league, and that's why we are top of the league And Liverpool's attack is the most deadly. And with keys are getting up to full fitness, I expect Liverpool to have many rotational options, and hopefully our attack will be well rested and fresh for the remainder of the season. Of course, it would be a welcome boost if Jota came back fit. And remember that Liverpool have already beaten Bayer Leverkusen, the German champions, Real Madrid, the Spanish champions, Man City, the English champions in the Champions League and the Premier League. And before that November international break, Liverpool averaged 2.3 goals per game, 15 shots, 2 expected goals. Since then, there has been an even bigger increase, because now we are averaging 2.5 expected goals per game, 20 shots per game, and 2.68 xG. So Liverpool are now top in all those areas. So here you can see that Liverpool's numbers got better, which is fantastic. And yes, Liverpool are conceding more goals. We conceded 0.59 goals per 90 minutes before the November international break. Since then, we are conceding 1.07 per game, but that has resulted in Liverpool dropping from first position in the table for that metric to 5th, behind Arsenal, Everton, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest. And Alisson's save percentage dropped from 80% to 57% over the past 6 matches. But his save rate in the Champions League is 89%, which is incredible. And the number of shots Liverpool are facing per game has actually dropped from 11 to 9. The XG has gone up marginally from 0.8 to 0.9. But Lille haven't lost in 21 matches since Champions League lost to Sporting back in September. So here is the table in terms of the top 6 of the Premier League. Liverpool have the best attack. We still have the best defense in the league. We scored the most goals. We conceded the fewest goals. And we have the most points, the most expected points. So Liverpool are the best team so far in the Premier League, and hopefully that we will continue this incredible run. And also what is very impressive is that Bournemouth's expected points is actually third, would put them third in the table. So Bournemouth doing well is not a coincidence. Nottingham Forest are also significantly outperforming their expected goals against, because Nottingham Forest should have conceded 29 goals and they only conceded 22, so they are built on a very robust defense. Manchester City staggeringly should have conceded 36 goals, they only conceded 29, but in terms of expected points, you know, Man City should be maybe even lower in the table. Nottingham Forest have outperformed their expected points the most by more than 10 points. Nottingham Forest have outperformed their expected points tally, which is really, really impressive. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. So come on Liverpool, let's beat Lille in the Champions League and win the group or win the league phase or whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.